A new Democratic candidate is vying for Florida's top job. Former Florida Congressman David Jolly just announced today that his campaign for governor in the 2026 election is up and running now. Our Riley Phillips sat down with him for a one-on-one interview. And Riley, some people may be surprised to hear that he's running as a Democrat because he's fairly new to the Democratic Party.
Yes, Heather, David Jolly just joined the Democratic Party last month. He was a Republican, then an independent, and we spoke about this recent switch to the Democratic Party and the criticisms he is likely to face, but he says he welcomes this and he is ready to launch a different kind of campaign.
Are you worried about the comparisons people are going to make between you and Charlie Crist?
I worry that people don't allow time for an explanation. I actually love the conversation.
David Jolly is not shying away from his political shift as he announces his bid for governor of Florida in 2026. Jolly, a former congressman and former Republican, believes this change in political views is what makes him a stronger candidate.
Yeah, I was a Republican when I was in Congress. I was an independent for 6 or 7 years. I align and believe in the democratic values, fundamentally, of an economy that works for all people, a government that responsibly serves its citizenry.
Jolly is a fifth-generation Floridian and son of a preacher, later ending up on Capitol Hill. As he raises a new generation of Floridians, Jolly says he sees the state heading in the wrong direction.
We have a generational affordability crisis in the state of Florida that's impacting everyone. Every walk of life.
This is one of the reasons he says he joined the Democratic Party. Jolly wants to fix property insurance and implement property tax reform, claiming a total elimination of the state's property tax would hurt the economy. He also supports codifying Roe v. Wade, another viewpoint that has changed over the course of his career.
And ultimately, I arrived at the full defense of Roe v. Wade and the Roe-Casey framework because I think that's right for reproductive freedom, to keep health care decisions between a woman and her doctor.
But Republicans are already coming out swinging against Jolly, with Florida GOP Chairman Evan Power calling him a, quote, flip-flopping political relic and slick opportunist.
How do you plan then on getting conservatives in the state, especially people who love Trump, to buy into what you're saying?
Like, voters have to decide if they're ready for a coalition of values that I'm presenting. Not everyone will. But I can tell you we are going into communities where Democrats have not gone.
Jolly is now preparing to hit the ground running. Hopeful Floridians will embrace his new political identity.
You know, former Governor Charlie Crist would always say, I didn't leave the Republican Party, the party left me. That's not my story. David Jolly left the Republican Party. I've changed my mind. I've grown. I've arrived in a different place than where I started. I think a lot of voters have as well.
And Jolly says a big part of his campaign will be going to all communities across the state of Florida, no matter who those community members voted for. I also reached out to the Democratic Party of Florida to get their reaction to this announcement. They've been quiet about this so far. A spokesperson has not returned my request for a comment. Live in downtown Jacksonville, Riley Phillips, First Coast News, on your side.